I'm Tammy.
Hey, and I'm Doug.
And it's Tuesday,
So we're back in the kitchen.
And today we're gonna make something fun.
A little summertime treat.
There you go. We're gonna make banana pudding, but not just your regular banana pudding. We're making
Moon pie banana pudding.
remember moon pies, those yummy little cookie cakes. So we're gonna make a moon pie banana pudding.
Sounds like a nice southern treat.
There we go. All right, let's get baking. Okay, for our moon pie banana pudding recipe, we're going to use our old family recipe for banana pudding, but we're going to exchange the vanilla wafers for moon pies. So we have a box of mini moon pies, and I think you probably could use the banana kind, but I'm not sure about the artificial flavoring. So we're going with regular old original chocolate moon pies with the vanilla center. We're going to need milk. And I think it's 3 cups for a large box of pudding. So a large box of vanilla pudding, a large container of whipped topping, and some bananas. All right, let's get going.
Okay, so I'm going to start off by mixing my vanilla pudding together. I'm going to start off with 3 cups of milk. There's 2 cups, and now I'm going to put my 3rd cup in.
While Doug's getting that last cup of milk going, we're just using vanilla pudding mix today. You certainly can use either French vanilla or a banana pudding. I normally use vanilla, although sometimes I switch it up.
Now I got my milk in there, so I'm going to put in that pudding.
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 He sounds like he's from Virginia like me. He just made fun of me for saying it. All right.
And now that I got the pudding in, then I'm going to mix it together nice and well.
Get that mixer mixing.
Okay, what are we doing now?
All right, the pudding is pretty thick. It's almost all the way set. We've got a large container of Cool Whip, which some is on my finger, and we're gonna just fluff in or fold in about maybe 2/3 of the container. So I'm just going to get that. I'm going to reserve the other 1/3 that's going to go on the top. So we'll put that in there, and we're just going to whip it a couple seconds here, long enough to get it started folding, and then even if I have to, I'll fold it the remainder with just with a spoon. We just want it mixed up a little bit. We don't want to soften it too much. Okay, like I said, we just did a little bit of a whip there until it started mixing, but I'm going to finish it up just with the spoon because we don't want to completely destroy that Cool Whip fluffiness. Once that's all mixed up, we'll just set it aside for a bit. Hey, Doug's opening up our moon pies. We just have a box of, these are minis, but you could use the normal size or regular size. You could use the minis, or they do have double ones now. So I guess it depends on how thick of a layer or layers of moon pies you want. But
and I just picked these up at our local Walmart.
Yeah, we try to do our treats on a budget, so local Walmart for that. They were less than $3 for the box, and all our other stuff is store brand. So we're getting these all open, and we're gonna chop them up. All right, we're gonna put Doug to work here. Chop, chop, chop away, Doug. All right, traditionally banana pudding has a layer of vanilla wafers on the bottom. We're substituting the moon pies. And I'm kind of weird with textures. So I love the banana pudding when it's first made and those vanilla wafers are nice and crunchy. So I'm kind of excited to see how the moon pies stand up, because you know vanilla wafer, after a little bit in a banana pudding, they start to get soggy. So I'm gonna go about half. We're gonna try to get 2 layers here. It might be a really tall pudding, but we're gonna get half of them in there, and then next comes some bananas. Okay, next up, I've got a couple of bananas. We're gonna make just a layer on top of the moon pies. And then my mom and grandma always did a little sprinkle of sugar on top of the bananas. I believe it was to keep them from maybe turning. They still turn, start to turn brown fairly easily, but that's what Mama and Granny said to do, so that's what I do. All right, I'm gonna use probably 1.5 to 2 bananas on this layer. And I might as well go ahead and put the whole 2 layers on. If you want to chop your bananas up separately, you can do that. I normally just chop them directly on. Spread them out a bit, and then it's just a sprinkle. I've got about a tablespoon of sugar, and I'm going to try to get it basically on top of the bananas. And next up, plop some pudding.
Okay, so I'm going to start with my layer of pudding on here. I'm just going to kind of put it in on top, and then I will spread it out.
With the Cool Whip, it's light and fluffy pudding. It does look thick, but it's actually very light and fluffy. And it should spread nice and easy.
Okay, now that I have my first layer on here, then I'm going to put some more of the moon pies on there.
This might be taller than our container. We might have to, I think it'll work.
That's okay.
Yeah. We can crunch those down a little bit. The moon pies do, of course, elevate it a little bit. Vanilla wafers tend to be a little flatter. And I think by the time we fill up for this second layer, there'll be a few left, which is nice. We'll put them on the top for a garnish. So I think this regular size box of minis is more than enough. After Doug finishes with the moon pies, we'll go in with more bananas, more pudding. All right, we got a bunch of bananas at Sam's for this. We paid less than $2 for the bunch. We tried to get ones that looked like they weren't too green, but these looked ripe enough for the pudding, but I did have to cut several spots off. So the $1.47 or whatever we spent certainly is enough for the pudding, but I have to pick through them and make sure they are ripe enough, but not too ripe, or have to cut off the spots that are extra ripe. All right, we're gonna do the same thing we did before. Throw in these bananas, a little bit of sugar, and our last layer of pudding. That's a big slice of banana. That look like enough? A little bit more sugar, sprinkle, sprinkle. A little dab will do you. Alright, some pudding going on here. We'll spread that out. And we still have a little bit of Cool Whip to go on top. And a little bit of garnish. Almost done.
Looks like a nice summertime treat.
Yes, it does. I love a good banana pudding, especially in the summer. And I think we're gonna have a little bit of this pudding mixture over with this bowl, so we've got everything covered. So somebody will get to sop the mixing bowl here. Alright, I'm gonna dollop on some of this Cool Whip that's left. I'll put a few little dollops and then try to spread. We'll have to spread gingerly so we don't overflow here, but Cool Whip is nice and fluffy, so that should spread easily for us. We actually didn't use a complete tub of the large Cool Whip because we had some strawberry shortcake and used a little bit of this on the strawberry shortcake. So I don't think a small 8-ounce container would be enough, but the 16 ounce is more than enough. And a little dab of that left over. All right. We're just going to throw on a little bit of these moon pie pieces so that when you get a scoop, you'll get a little garnish of it on top. And then it's almost time for a taste testing. Dad, you ready to taste it?
It looks pretty.
Alrighty, here we go.
Okay, so this is another nice and easy recipe.
We didn't actually bake anything for it, but we put it all together. So we worked hard in the kitchen to make it. It's got lots of fluffy pudding, Cool Whip, and chocolatey moon pies.
And I'm going to say it again. If you know somebody that likes a nice, easy recipe or nice summertime treat, please share this video out. Hit that like button. And thanks again for all of our subscribers. Okay, so let's give this thing a try. It was pretty easy.
All right. Got a little scoop with a little bit of all the stuff. I thought I'd make a mess trying to eat it. I like it that the moon pie has that little bit of marshmallowy goodness in the middle, because with the texture of the cookie and that little bit of marshmallow, I don't think this will get as soggy as vanilla wafers do at times.
Yeah, I really do. I like the texture of it. It's really good.
I do. I like the little addition of chocolate. It's not a lot, just a little hint. I'm sure you could use the banana flavored moon pies, but I think the chocolate ones adds a little bit of.
I think this is better than that.
All right, so hey, I think this was a yummy treat. I like it. I would do it again.
Hey, yeah, and I'd recommend giving this one a try.
All right, so if you do, let us know what you think, and happy baking to you and yours. Take care of yourself, take care of others, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Join us next week as we try making some banana bread cinnamon rolls. That sounds quite tasty.